We can see the screen.
Yep.
Okay, great. Okay, Charles, Richard, you guys back?
Yes.
Yes, Rich is here.
Okay. All right, so we're kind of nearing the end here of our training. So far, we've gone over setting up a MobileFirst environment. The setup of those tools that helped us were not only Eclipse and MobileFirst Studio, but some supporting technology like IBM Bluemix, OpenLDAP, in my case, Linux, MySQL. And then we went through the process of authoring MobileFirst Java adapters, also Bluemix APIs, and then we connected those together, and we were able to do some end-to-end testing. We also got those working with LDAP and with SQL. So that's what we've covered so far. And before I go on, is there any questions or comments about what we've covered so far? Okay. This final segment is going to be kind of a bonus. I'm going to cover some things that are that will be helpful for your learning and also possibly for your projects. One of the technologies that I want to talk about is Cloudant. Has anyone heard of Cloudant yet?
I'll take silence as a no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What is it again? How do you spell it?
It's called a Cloudant. Cloudant.
Okay.
And Cloudant is based on Apache CouchDB. So essentially, this is something that I've been looking for a long time. It's a database that uses JSON for documents, and then, but it's highly scalable and easy to filter. And anyway, it's the thing I love about it is it's easy to set up. It's RESTful from the outset, and it's JSON based. So especially in the world where we're doing more and more web type development or HTML5 development, and what made me think of it was setting up the MySQL database. You know, there's a lot of setup and a lot of integration required for setting up the SQL database and then writing adapters and getting all that out there. But one thing I like about CouchDB is that it's no fuss. Well, IBM has a version of that called IBM Cloudant. So for CouchDB, you can actually install it on your system and you can run the CouchDB server and you're good to go. But you can also just sign up to this IBM Cloudant in the cloud. I think they give you like $50 free per month, which I never go above. So anyway, let me go ahead and sign into this guy. So let me show you a little bit about how easy this is. What you can do is you can create a new database, and we'll call it MFP Bootcamp. Okay? So all I've done so far is I've signed up for Cloudant, and I've clicked a button and put MFP Bootcamp out there. Okay? And what they call a database, I mean, it is a database, but you can query it right away. So we can query our database, and we'll see that we don't have any documents yet. But on the web interface here, they allow you to do that. So you can create a new document. And it's just JSON. So you start filling out JSON. But let's put our tasks out here. Let's see. Tasks. We'll create a JSON array of objects. And let's say, actually, let me cancel this. I'm going to do something different here. I'm going to delete this. I was getting too complex right at the beginning. So let me create a new database here. Add new database, and we'll call it MFP Bootcamp dash tasks. Okay. There we go. And now we'll create a document. So now this is a single task. I could have done it the other way too, but it's too complex. So our first task will have a name, description, and a type. So I think we said perform end of month inventory. Okay. And type would be dealer. So I'm just doing JSON here. Okay. So we'll save that. And then go back. So now we have this document. Okay. So there we have it. I actually don't use this interface, so I'm a little clunky with it, but you get the idea. And it keeps track of a couple things. It creates a ID for you. It also keeps track of revisions. So there's a lot of capability here. This kind of NoSQL database, I think it was used both on the Genome project, and I think they used it when they were doing analysis on data coming from the Hadron Collider. So it's really interesting. It supports very data that's fluid, but it also supports analytics and things like that. So I think it's really cool. So we have this out here. The next thing I want to show you is that we can query this over a REST interface. Let's see here. Let me remember how to do that from here. Okay, let's see. Okay. Let me fire up Postman here. Okay, so I put my username and password in there. I'll have to change that, but I'll put the name of the database there, and then I'm going to add this query on the end. Give me alt docs and include the documents to true. Let's see if that works. And voila. So I went from, hey, I should probably create a database to, I have a RESTful API and I can get my data back within a couple minutes. There we go. I had to put this header in there, accept application JSON, and then now you can see. So I authored and it has all the routes, by the way. It's not just the get route. But you can see that I have that up there. And what's cool about it is Apache CouchDB works exactly the same way. Really easy to use. It's got a lot more functionality than I'm showing now, but I just wanted to show you this.
Hey, Sean.
Yeah.
So could you put some data into it as well using the Postman?
Yes, I can. So that's going to be a post, and it wants JSON data. And the JSON data is a document. So theoretically, I could come back here to this. I could change this to post. And then in the body, let's go with raw. If I authored a document here, exactly like I did in the...
Okay, it's always free format.
Yeah, it's going to be JSON.
Okay.
So we'll put, thank you for that. Thanks for suggesting that, because let's go ahead and test this. So description would be approved timesheets. And the type would be manager. And it's going to be a post and same URL. And let me make sure I did that right. I think I did.
And what are you looking at over here?
Just some code I have. This is some JavaScript code that interfaces with Cloud. And I don't touch this code very often, so I don't remember how to use it. But now, what's interesting is I got back a 200. Let me change this back to a get. The post. That should actually work. So we change this to a post. me get rid of this right here. And the body, I should just be able to copy it like this. Unless I don't have that format right. Let me double check that real quick. So one project that we used this on was we entered this global competition called the City Mobile Challenge, of which we won the most innovative use of Bluemix. And I know I have it in here, so let me just check this real quick. Anyway, it's something very similar to what I'm saying. But for some reason it won't work. But that's okay. I didn't really want to show you that. But it's very, very similar to what I'm saying. You would just author the document. I could probably look it up real quick. Okay, so reading the document was exactly as I said. Yeah, it's exactly like I'm saying. Let me try it again.
Is it a post and not a put?
It might be a put. What did it say? Yeah, it's a post. And the header is, you have to say application JSON in the header. Yeah, so maybe I'm just doing it wrong. Hold on. Oh, I didn't put content type application JSON. That was that's where I went wrong right there.
Okay.
Okay, so now it should work. My bad. Okay, let's try this again. So I'm gonna get rid of the ID and revision because this is a brand new document. And this one's going to be for the dealer, put out placards. Okay, so the post, I've got my headers. I've got that's correct. There we go. See this here? So I just didn't have the right header. My bad. Okay. So now we added that. So we can go back to our get and send. And now we see the second document out there. Put out placards and showrooms. And we can go back to our posts. And we can do one more, which is for the manager. And finally, if we go back to our get, we can send, and now we have all 3 rows. So one of these records we added with the cloud interface, and the other 2, thanks to you guys, we added through Postman, which means we could add it through any RESTful application. So the next thing I would do is you can either hook this, because it's RESTful, you can hook it directly up to your MobileFirst adapter. So we could author an adapter that would read this. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so now we're going to author a Java adapter. Although, maybe we should just do an HTTP adapter. Anyway, we'll do a Java one, it's fine. Okay. So we'll do a new MobileFirst adapter. Hey, Tom, you out there?
We are here. We are following.
Should I try this HTTP adapter? I've never done it. This is like
You can
you
try
guys have
this.
done it, right?
Yeah.
Is it gonna work?
Yeah, it will. It would be. It would be.
Okay. So we'll call it cloud. Yeah. So is this correct, Tom?
Yeah, as the name, it's no matter what. Sorry, it's no matter what you define. It's just a name.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I've never done one of these before. Is this where I put in my? You guys did one of these, right?
Hello? You mean?
Yeah, Tom. You guys did one of these HTTP adapters, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Maybe we'll wait for that one. I'm gonna back out of this. Just 1 second. But that's another option for us, maybe at a later date. Yeah. Okay. So let's just go with the tried and true, which is our Java adapter. Cloud. Okay, cloud adapter, com.mfp, sorry, com.prft.mfp bootcamp. Okay. And we'll go grab some code from one of our modules. So I'll grab the imports from that one. And we'll also grab the code from that one, then we'll change it. Things goes berserk every time I do that. So just change a little code here. So the host is going to be this host right here. And we don't need a port because it's the default port. Okay. And then the URL is going, and the path is going to be this path right here. And the only thing is in JAX-RS, you guys know how to supply a simple username and password. So I think that would be either in the request or the client. Charles, do you know?
Not offhand for the within the URI request. Seeing if I can find something.
Okay, yeah. I'm sure there's somewhere it goes here. See, it could either be a JAX-RS thing, or it could be a HTTP client thing. But we already have our content type. Oh, that's result response. So we need to do that too. We need to add the content type.
Yeah, it looks like your best bet might be in the HTTP client.
Right here?
Yeah, so you got the primitive. If you scroll up, it's like the very first one, there's a primitive authentication.
Is it primitive or preemptive?
I don't know, it depends on how long the day's been.
Okay, but do you have to do this? Do you have to set this right here, Charles?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to find some better example code to see if they've got some, how well that has to really be set. Because I think we're using Apache, if I remember correctly, from the code.
Yeah, we are. We are.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want this. We just want something low level.
Yeah.
I mean, what you're looking at is the right thing. Yeah. Anyway, so maybe we won't do that tonight, but I just wanted to show you this database and how it can be leveraged. And there is support for it on Bluemix. So this may be an option for you for POCs, and I think eventually for our clients to have this kind of database. There's a lot to it. I've just really scratched the surface of it, mainly just using the JSON capability. And I've written some scripts around it, but I encourage you to look into it and learn more about it. especially since it has some advanced features of you can write your own queries, and so there's just a lot to it, but I really like it. So I think that's pretty much it. It's 8:44 Central Time. In closing, I just wanted to show you about Cloudin. I'd already shown you Bluemix, so I also wanted to show you Cloudin. And what I do for all my POCs is, instead of setting up like a MySQL database and then having my data persist to that, for all my POCs, I'm using this now. I'm either using Cloudin or I'm using Apache CouchDB.
And Sean, is the Cloudin just a IBM version of Apache CouchDB?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It's an IBM version. It's platform as a service. It's well integrated with Bluemix.
Okay.
Okay, well, I think that concludes everything that I wanted to show you during the boot camp. Hopefully, you learned some things. I know I did. We walked through several types of adapters that you might create. We didn't focus too much on the client side. We did a little bit of that last night, but most of it was on the adapters. And we introduced some new technologies such as Bluemix and Cloudin. Any comments or questions before we call it a day on this boot camp?
Sean, I just wanted to say thanks a lot for putting all the material together and putting it online. Especially the last day was pretty quick, but again, with it all being documented, it's going to be easy to get this stuff built up and running, and I appreciate all the time you took to put it together.
Sure, no problem. And what I'll do is, there's one block I didn't cover yet. Let me show you. It's 3A is the one that's finished, and that has the LDAP information in it. 3B is the one I still have yet to do. So the information I covered tonight on SQL, the SQL adapter, I'll go ahead and publish that to 3B tomorrow. No, I'll send out an email telling you that it's out there.
Great.
And listen, my expectation is that we're going to be getting a lot more mobile first work in the future. So I can't tell you how much I appreciate you guys putting in the time to learn a little bit about it. And this is an ongoing conversation. So obviously I'm available if you want to talk mobile first, or if you learn something, or if you want to work on some POCs, please just reach out to me, let me know.
Great. And I'll just share with you, looks like we have purchased some training for preparing for the Mobile First certificate. And the way Proficient's relationship is with IBM, we've purchased kind of a package deal, and we take the prep test or prep material and then pass the test. IBM will reimburse Proficient for the cost of the prep material, the prep class, and the cost of the test. So we're kind of working through that. It took a little bit to figure all that out, but if you have any questions or you want to do that, again, the end result should be we purchased that package deal, and there's like $50,000 we can charge back to IBM, and they'll reimburse us for it. And I thought we should try to learn how to take advantage of that. So when I talked to the lady, Cara, I think her name is, she was saying we never get anywhere near close to that. Proficient doesn't. So again, I just throw that out there. And if you have any questions, you can ask me. But again, me and Pranitha will be going through that to get those certificates to be able to wave in front of the clients. And not only do we have Sean, we can show has the real experience, but we can also hopefully get some certificates and this stuff as well.
No, that's good. And honestly, I would be interested in doing that myself.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Sean, have you seen much on, is it the engagements that we get or that we see coming down the pipeline, are they mobile first standalone, or are they kind of mobile first with integrations into connections, integrations into portal, Bootcamp content management? What type of engagements do we really see a lot of?
Okay. Hey, Mary, can you Can you stop recording?
You know.
Mary, you out there? Maybe she's already stopped it. No, it is recording.
Still recording, but she might have stepped away.
We can
Well,
touch,
anyway, while we're waiting for,
touch
I can
base
ask.
offline too.
Well, no. While we're waiting, I can answer generically. I just won't be specific, but no, we're getting some opportunities in MobileFirst for sure. They run the gamut from people who are interested in MobileFirst, but they're comparing that with other mobile and enterprise capabilities. And then we have people that have just gone all in. They're MobileFirst. They already have software in production that's running on the MobileFirst server. They already have MobileFirst applications out there. And, from a leadership standpoint, they've just decided that's the platform. But they also have other technologies that they've already purchased. So, it just depends on the client. Some people, I don't think there's anybody that's just MobileFirst. Almost always they have some other IBM software. Some of the clients have Portal, but they want to use MobileFirst in conjunction with Portal. So there's just a lot of different opportunities out there that we're pursuing, and sometimes there's a mix of IBM software.
Yeah.
And obviously other software besides IBM.
Yeah.
I was on a pursuit recently that they have SharePoint, ASP.NET, but they're interested in MobileFirst. I'm on another pursuit where they have Portal, but they're also interested in MobileFirst. And then another one that I can think of where they don't have Portal, but they've kind of gone all in on MobileFirst.
Okay. Yeah. I haven't. Kind of especially with the IBM's platform, they're pushing on the MobileFirst and the content as a service that they've introduced with the Wickham products on Portal, and then coming out here later on this year with native APIs for Android and Apple to connect into their content as a service coming out of the Wickham WebSphere content management system.
Well, it's really